CBS Austin News starts with this weather alert.
The dangerous storm is starting right now. This is a live look from our traffic tracker. Austin's roads are already getting wet. It still feels somewhat warm out there, but by the time you wake up tomorrow morning, the rain is going to move in and it will likely turn to ice or snow. We have team coverage tonight. Adam Hammonds joins us live in the traffic tracker and meets the crews out tonight searching for signs of ice on our roads. And Jordan Bonke finds out an emergency operations center is now open for the first time since Hurricane Harvey. People are standing by and ready for this event. Let's go straight to Chief Meteorologist Chicago Windler. Now, Chicago, storm warnings stretch across the entire viewing area.
They absolutely do. The winter storm warning is in effect beginning at midnight tonight. But what's interesting is temperatures are dropping so fast with the front, which has just arrived in Austin within the last hour. So rain now. Get ready. Freezing rain, sleet, and snow all to come. Icy roads are my biggest concern. Look at this development within the last hour. That's the leading edge of the cold front, now pushing through southern sections of Travis County into Hayes. Next stops Lockhart, Bastrop, and points to the south. So along the leading edge, even some heavier downpours. Lucky for us so far, it is all rain. We are well above freezing, but quickly seeing temperatures drop. This line right here in pink, that is the freezing line. It has just pushed into the DFW area where they are reporting some sleet and some snow. 33 Dallas, 27 Abilene. We are now down to 46 in Austin. We've seen temperatures drop almost 20 degrees in a couple of hours as that cold front has quickly rushed in. Look at Georgetown, already down to 40. Burnett at 40. Some upper 30s showing up on our LCRA gauges as well. Winds, another issue. Look at this gust, 44 miles per hour right now out at the airport. If there were any flights planning to fly out tonight, they might have some issues because of that. Of course, many cancellations as well. Cold front pushing south, transitioning all of that rain over to some wintry mix and then ending as snow. It's likely that those businesses that are open for tomorrow morning and any rush hour that we do have will be encountering some very slippery conditions. I'll tell you, there have been some adjustments, though, that maybe the worst of the situation might slide pretty quickly down to the south. I'm not going to let my guard down, and I urge you not to as well, but I'm going to say in Austin, it could begin a little earlier now than 3 a.m. because temperatures are dropping a little more quickly, but it may be out a little earlier than 3 p.m. Now, ahead in your CBS Austin 7-day, we're going to break it down hour by hour and town by town for you.
Right now, nearly every student in Central Texas gets to look forward to some extra sleep tonight. School districts started announcing this afternoon plans to close. Almost every school district, including Austin ISD and most universities in our area, will not be open tomorrow. You can find a full list of closures and delays on the bottom of your screen and online at cbsaustin.com. Now, just minutes ago, a communication center opened up for the first time since Hurricane Harvey. The Office of Austin Travis County Emergency Management made that call. CBS Austin Jordan Bonke spoke with emergency agencies getting ready tonight. Jordan, how are they prepared for this winter weather?
Yeah, the highway department says if you don't need to be behind the wheel, you do not need to be out on these roads for the next few days because signs like the one that are behind us here, bridges may ice in cold weather, is something that shouldn't be ignored until maybe perhaps the middle of the week. Of all the things Texans are great at, driving in winter weather isn't one of them.
We're not used to driving in these conditions.
Robbie Barrero with Texas Highway Patrol says some Central Texans tend to want to drive the posted speed limit when roads could be icy. That's not safe. If you have to drive in winter weather, she says drive to the conditions, not the speed limit.
We can work crashes, but those minor ones, we can't necessarily get to all of them.
We met with DPS and Austin Travis County Emergency Management here. As of 10 tonight, from this room, multiple agencies are ready to respond to any major disasters. The last time these phones were active was during Hurricane Harvey.
Anytime we have a citywide or region-wide emergency, to make sure that we're coordinating, communicating, and cooperating with each other.
Jake Durr is with the city's Homeland Security and Emergency Management Operation. He reminds residents to never heat your home with an oven, stove, or grill. It's a fire hazard and could generate deadly carbon monoxide fumes. Give space heaters at least 3 feet of space and avoid driving at all cost unless absolutely necessary. Roads could be icy for a few days.
There's an increased chance for traffic accidents, injuries, and fatalities to occur. So what we really want people to do is think before they go.
「
Think before they go. 」 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 Think before they go. «
And you can see that the wind has really picked up, and from our 6 o'clock live shot, the temperature has dropped tremendously. We just got reports from Williamson County officials that they are already responding to some accidents there past the Travis County line. From here, we're going to stay overnight in Williamson County as this storm comes across central Texas, and we'll bring you live reports tomorrow. From a very cold North Austin, we're reporting Jordan Bonke, CBS Austin News.
Stay safe and stay warm, Jordan. Thank you. New tonight, Governor Abbott tells the Texas Operations Center to get ready. That covers departments like TxDOT, DPS, Texas A&M Forest Service, among others. The governor warned the weather on its way could be life-threatening, and he urged Texans to, quote, exercise extreme caution in these hazardous conditions. Now, this is a live look over I-35 where drivers right now will find white stripes lining the pavement. That's the de-icing treatment left behind by TxDOT crews, but it might not do much good right now. TxDOT crews started treating the roads yesterday morning. For now, it looks like white stripes, but moisture activates it, and we're expecting the rain to keep pouring before any ice forms.
If we get a lot of rain, that could affect it. So we, of course, keep our guys on standby.
Now, TxDOT told us tonight that light rain shouldn't affect the treatment. They call laying it out early a bit of a gamble. Crews will start treating the roads as needed to try and keep the highways open. Now, when the de-icing treatment isn't enough, a recently expanded Austin service will step in to help. CBS Austin's Adam Hammonds rode along with a Hero truck today. Adam, they're bringing in extra crews for tomorrow just to be safe.
Yeah, they are starting about 6 a.m. They'll have about 12 drivers out on the roads, about 2 more than normal, and they'll be out at places like I-35, 183, and Mopac. Typically, these guys help clear crashes or stranded drivers, but tomorrow they're going to have a new mission: watch for ice. Austin is gearing up for another winter storm. But for Michigan native Alex Reamer,
I'm not really sweating it.
it's just another day. Reamer operates a Hero truck, which is ready to help in icy weather.
We got a kitty litter here. It helps with the traction. I don't even know if this has ever been open.
Every workday, Reamer drives up and down I-35, Mopac, or 183 to clear crashes or just help anyone in need.
Howdy.
Like this man who stopped on 183 to put chairs in his car.
Do you need me to help you out with anything?
Just like the last snow in Austin, Reamer will also be looking for ice.
If there's a spot that's particularly icy, report it to the TMC, and they can get ice or salt trucks out there a little bit quicker.
Reamer and the other drivers are sort of first line of defense in finding ice.
This whole stretch would probably be icy.
Most of the time, that's with the sun down.
Yeah, it's just mostly trying to feel for the ice.
Reamer knows what it's like and is used to the snow. So ask him if he's worried. Not so much.
Not really that big of a deal for me, at least. Just paying attention and driving slow. That's what I'll be doing.
Yeah, that is definitely good advice out there. My photographer who's driving right now says he can definitely feel the wind right now, and you can see the rain on our camera from our traffic tracker. Cedar Park has been out treating the roads all day today, but Austin won't start until midnight, and they'll be out there all night for the winter operations. Reporting live in the traffic tracker, Adam Hammonds, CBS Austin News.
Thanks, Adam. If you have an early flight, chances are you're going to sleep in. Take a look at the flights already canceled out of ABIA. This is a live look at the arrivals right now. Carriers started canceling some of them earlier this afternoon. A lot of red cancellations. The airport warns travelers to keep a close eye on this list. As the weather worsens, they expect more and more delayed and canceled flights. ABIA tells us de-icing equipment remains on standby and they're ready to go, but if it's too bad, the planes just won't move. Cap Metro's plans to send its buses out tomorrow. They will operate on a Sunday level of service, but no Metro Rail or Metro Express services will run. They warn passengers to expect changes and delays throughout the day. Happening now, the Pedernales Electric Co-op just started bringing in extra crews to tackle any power outages that might go down throughout the region. They cover areas just west of Austin, around the Texas Hill Country. Other Central Texas power companies are also on standby tonight. They say if you aren't responding to an emergency, please stay off the road. Instead, stay home and prepare for the chance of losing power. You can do that by having flashlights and extra batteries on hand. And please try to avoid candles. They can create potential fire risks. If you see a down power line, stay away and call 911. The next couple of hours might be your last chance to make a run to the grocery store, but expect long lines and barren shelves. Shoppers in Austin started flooding the stores since they opened up this morning. They hope to stock up before the expected wintry weather rolls in. Customers told us some lines extended all the way to the back of the store. Terry Todd was among those who braved the crowds.
It's a madhouse. Never seen anything like it anywhere. Most things were in stock. However, the canned goods shelves looked.
It was rough out there in some spots. The Austin Fire Department tweeted these empty store shelves. They say shop now and avoid the roads once the ice starts forming. The Williamson County Regional Animal Shelter worries the winter storm will create a kennel crisis. They put out a plea for help last Thursday. Many answered the call. They adopted out 40 animals and 4 fosters. Still, they are short kennels and expect more dogs to show up after the weather warms up.
We are not in a crisis right now, but certainly after this episode of weather, then we might be in a crisis. So we appreciate everything the public does for us.
That weather is moving in. You can see the rain right now. Here's a live look from our traffic tracker right now as the weather moves in. The animal shelter wants you to bring in your dogs and cats before this rain turns into ice. Even outdoor pets with thick coats need extra attention if they're not used to the cold. Now, if you keep a water bowl outside, change it frequently as the water will freeze. Keep them inside tonight if you can. We are tracking the rain and a chance of this winter weather causing a lot of havoc throughout the region. So download our CBS Austin weather app right now for updates straight to your phone 24/7. 13 people rescued, starved and shackled inside their parents' home. The daring escape that led to the children's discovery. The dangers of driving in winter weather. Why police say this driver is lucky. The president spends MLK Day defending himself.
What the president said in that meeting was so awful.
Mr. Trump's response from the golf course.
And we are under our first winter storm warning in nearly 3 years. You can see right here in pink, Austin in the center. That's where the rain is now, but quickly falling temperatures and the freezing line continuing to drop south as well. We'll track both for you coming up in your CBS Austin 7.
And join us for our special weather coverage. CBS Austin this morning starts a half hour early at 4 a.m. with breaking news, weather, and traffic updates. We're going to follow this weather all the way through. Join us. We're tracking the latest school closures tonight. Manor ISD will be on a 2-hour delay, and right now nearly all of Central Texas will get an extra day off tomorrow. That includes Austin ISD, the University of Texas as well. You can find a full list of school closures at the bottom of your screen during the newscast and online at cbsaustin.com. Now, with a lot of kids getting a day off, if the snow starts falling, you know sleds and snowmen will pop up across Central Texas. Send us your pictures and videos through burst.com/CBS Austin. We'll get those on the news. Hundreds who marched through Austin earlier today now hope to spread the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr.'s message. Bands, flags, banners, and messages of empowerment moved across the city. The group started at the University of Texas and marched to Houston-Tillotson University, stopping along the way at the Capitol. Those that took part say they plan to continue advancing Martin Luther King Jr.'s mission.
It is a day of service, and when you serve others, you make an impression. You show your compassion and your kindness, and that's what Dr. King wanted us to do toward each other.
Thousands of Texans across the state took part in similar marches and speeches honoring the slain civil rights leader. This April marks the 50th year since MLK's assassination. This is a live look at the nation's capital tonight. President Trump returned here just hours ago as he faces allegations of racism. Democratic Senator Dick Durbin claims the president used a vulgar term to describe Haiti, El Salvador, and some African countries. Mr. Trump tweeted this afternoon, quote, Senator Dickie Durbin totally misrepresented what was said at the DACA meeting, but Durbin insists he heard correctly.
What the president said in that meeting was so awful and so impactful on so many people that when he denied saying it, I felt duty-bound to clarify what actually happened.
The debate over the president's choice of words has stalled negotiations to protect DACA recipients. Those are immigrants who were brought to the U.S. illegally as children. DACA ends in March. Now, if lawmakers don't find a solution, those immigrants could face deportation. 2 California parents remain in custody tonight accused of torturing their children. 56-year-old David Allen Turpin and his 49-year-old wife Louise Anna Turpin face child endangerment charges. Deputies say a 17-year-old girl managed to escape from the home Sunday. She called 911. When deputies arrived, they rescued 13 of the couple's children, including 7 adults. They say the siblings were so malnourished, even the adults looked like kids. Medical centers are now helping them recover.
Now, weather with Chief Storm Tracker meteorologist Chicago Windler.
That rain's moving in. That's going to turn to ice.
It is, and that's unfortunate. I found my ice scraper. Have you found yours?
I did not yet.
Uh-oh. Okay, so fortunately, schools are closed, a lot of businesses as well. We urge you to stay off the roads overnight tonight. Temperatures quickly falling, a winter storm warning in effect for the first time in nearly 3 years. And it covers the entire CBS Austin area until 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. Couple of problems. Right now, the cold front has already pushed through. It's bringing a lot of rain. This is likely to wash away all of the efforts that the crews have been doing pre-treating our roadways. Then temperatures quickly dropping. We've already got, I saw a spot in Llano County at 36 already. Once temperatures reach freezing, we're going to start to see trouble because the wet roads will turn to icy roads, especially if the treatment is ineffective now that it's being washed away. Here's that freezing line according to our radar, and it's continuing to drop southward quickly. DFW area experiencing sleet and snow. We are just waiting ducks, sitting ducks, waiting for this to all happen. Fortunately, if you stay at home, you won't have to deal with it. We start tomorrow morning. Avery Tomasco will be there with the team coverage at 4 a.m. on CBS Austin News. Here's our future track computer model. 11 o'clock, still in liquid form, but not for long. High resolution computer model starting to bring in some snow and some sleet and some mix by 12:30. Keeping in mind with temperatures dropping to around freezing out here, even though this is showing up as green, some locations may already start to see some of that freezing on elevated surfaces. 1:30 in the morning, starting to see the colder air continue to wrap in. By 2:30, right to the Austin area with that wintry mix likely. Working down to the south, we may start to see some snow develop as early as 3 to 4 a.m. So tomorrow morning, lots of white, temperatures falling into the 20s and staying in the 20s for pretty much the entirety of the morning. Lunchtime, still plenty of areas of snow showers around, and it does look like in addition to that, we will be contending with lots of wind. Here's one computer model giving you an idea of what we could be encountering. Keeping in mind, back on January 2nd, we had less than 1/100th of an inch of ice, and it caused lots of accidents. This computer model giving us 0.03 inches of ice, along with about an inch of snow on top of it. So kids will love it. Anyone who has to be out on the roads will not. That cold weather alert, the freezing rain, sleet and snow, and icy roads being a major concern. Right now, roads are wet. You can see from our Hilton cam, lots of traffic, lots of folks still probably making those final preparations. You don't have long. It's 46 in Austin, 33 at Dallas, 27 degrees in Abilene. The cold front is continuing to slice through our area. Bastrop, you may be close to 60 now, not for long. Quickly shifting winds, the rain, and again, gusts that are up to 44 miles per hour currently at the airport. A huge change on the way, and in a matter of hours, we will see this transition happen. So what we're expecting initially, warm air, everything falling through it. Temperatures warm enough at this point at 46 degrees. To keep us safely out of the freezing rain zone. Not so toward tomorrow morning, and we continue to watch the potential as temperatures drop through the day of that sleet and some snow. I urge you to stay off the roads if you can. Travel issues likely, especially bridges as well as overpasses, and even walking on sidewalks and steps likely to be an issue. Future track computer model again showing that transition as we see the precipitation types change. And check out temperatures. Here's 7 a.m. 26 Burnet, 29 Austin, 30 in LaGrange. Heading toward noon, still in the 20s area wide. And toward 8 p.m. still experiencing additional areas trying to get rid of this wintry weather system. We land in the teens to near 20 degrees by 7 o'clock on Wednesday. So snow, sleet, freezing rain first, then clearing skies and temperatures falling into the teens and 20s with wind chills by Wednesday morning, potentially in single digits and teens. Breathe a sigh of relief though, Walt. Thursday, I had been worried about a second hit of wintry weather. It now looks less likely. I've dropped that chance down to 10%.
Look at Saturday, 75.
70s, I know, just like that.
You just got to get through the next few days.
Be safe.
We don't want to deal with this. A close call on icy roads. Why the police department is happy this car slammed into their patrol car when it did. This is a live look from our traffic tracker tonight while we brace for these roads to turn icy overnight in Kentucky. The danger is already present. This incredible video is from earlier today. A driver sliding on icy roads slammed right into a police cruiser. Now, police say it's actually a good thing that this happened. Otherwise, the situation could have been much worse. They warn cars sliding on ice often run into telephone poles, down embankments, or oncoming traffic. So we want to avoid that throughout Austin. So if you can stay home tomorrow, please do that until things warm up and the roads are clear.
Yeah, we don't need any of that here.
That's for sure. Jeff joins us now with sports and more, and a special visitor at the Irwin Center tonight.
Yeah, it's not every year that you can get Gino Auriemma and the UConn women's basketball team in your arena, but Texas did that tonight. The Longhorns also took a fourth quarter lead against the Huskies, but could they hang on late? CBS Austin Sports is next.
This is the Thomas J. Henry Sports Desk.
When the UConn women's basketball team walks in your building, there's no extra motivation necessary. Their coach needs no introduction and no need to recite their program accolades. The Huskies have beaten their last 5 opponents this season by an average of 51 a game, but not tonight. More than 11,000 fans packed the Irwin Center to watch the Longhorns attempt to end #1 UConn's 44-game road winning streak. Texas led by 10 early. Jatari White deposits 2 of her team-high 18. But UConn marched back to take a 39-38 lead into the break. Third quarter now, Katie Lou Samuelson puts the Huskies up by 5. The Longhorns start the second half 0 for 11 from 3, I should say. Fourth quarter now, LaShawn Higgs gives the Horns a 1-point advantage, so they retake the lead. But this is what makes UConn so tough to beat. Crystal Dangerfield mini lob to Azura Stevens. 73-68 Huskies. Horns would get it back to within 3, but would need one of these 3 free throws to fall, or to miss rather. Horns need a miss. They don't get it though. Dangerfield has money on both, and that'll do it. Texas gives UConn its toughest test of the year, but falls just short, 75-71.
This was an opportunity to measure and, let's see who we are and who we can be. And as a coach, and I would think as a fan even of Texas basketball, you hope that this group of girls decides that this is who they are all the time.
Tonight showed who we are and who we can be, and we can even be better than that. And so taking that into each game and each practice and just kind of pushing ourselves to that limit every day.
They were good. They made some big plays, huge plays. The reason why we won is we just made a couple plays down the stretch.
All right, on the men's side, Big 12, big Monday, big top 10 showdown between Kansas and West Virginia. And the man to watch in the first half, Sagaba Konate, absolutely dominating the paint, sends that weak mess back to Lawrence. And later in the first half, Udoka Azubuike throws down but gets a questionable technical foul called. Feels like some Morgantown home cooking, but more Konate. They try to go right back at him, and didn't you learn your lesson, Jayhawks? Konate with the filthy two-handed stuff. But it's Kansas outscoring West Virginia by 18 in the second half. Jayhawks win at 71-66. Now, Texas hosts Texas Tech on Wednesday, then travels to West Virginia Saturday morning at 11. You can see that game right here on CBS Austin. We're back after this.
Weather alert, winter storm warning, the worst conditions in the morning, temperatures not rising above freezing. Of course, tomorrow morning, whole team coverage. Avery Tomasco will be there 4 a.m. and, well, look what I found.
That's a scraper on steroids
you
right there.
You might need it.
Be safe out there. Thanks for joining us.
Jeff, you won't want to hear it.
Yeah.